Hello friends, welcome to my channel Code with Siddhi. In this session we are going to cover inheritance, which is also called is a relationship. So guys, interview point of view, this topic is very important, and we'll cover like what is inheritance, the application of inheritance, and how to achieve inheritance in Java, and examples of inheritance. All these things we are going to see in this session. Okay guys, before proceeding, continuing this session, I want you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it, and share this channel with your friends so that they can get benefit from these videos if they are interested in learning Java. Okay, so guys, we'll say what is inheritance. Okay, inheritance is a process of acquiring all parent property to a child class. So whenever any child class extends to a parent class, so child class is able to access all the properties of a parent class. The same thing I explained through this diagram. This first class is a parent class which has one method, m1 method. I just try to print here a parent string, and this is a child class which extends parent. So in Java, to achieve inheritance, a child class uses extends keyword. Okay, extends followed by parent class name. So now this child class is able to access this parent class m1 method. Okay, due to this extends keyword. Okay, now child class inherits all the properties of a parent class. Here in a parent class m1 method is present, that will be available to now child class. Okay, the main advantage of this inheritance is reusability. So whatever the code present in your parent class, that will be automatically get available to a child class if child class extends to a parent class. Okay guys, there are some points I want you to keep in mind. Those are very important points, interview point of view, because many of the times interviewer may confuse you, bombarding some of the questions like whether class reference class reference is able to access child class method or not. These all type of questions he will ask. Then don't be confused, don't get confused. I will explain these points. I'm going to explain these 4 points that will help you to prepare for the interview. Okay, inheritance is asked. Inheritance is a topic on which interview will ask questions. Means you need to understand this thoroughly and keep all these points in mind. Okay, the first point is parent class methods by default available to child class inheritance. Okay, so on child class reference, we can call both child class methods and parent class methods. Okay, as you guys can see, I have created a child object, and C is referring to child class reference, is referring to that created object. Okay, so by using this reference C, I'll be able to call m1 method, which is a parent class method. Okay, and C also able to call M2 method, because M2 is its own method. Okay, C is a child class reference. So child class reference can call both methods, child class methods also as well as parent class methods also. So there is no any issue related accessing the parent class methods or a child class methods if you are using child class reference. Okay, this C is called as a child class reference. Okay, now the second point is, okay, unlike the above point, the all methods of a parent class are available to child class, but whatever methods child have are not available to parent class. Okay, reverse is not applicable here. Child C equal to new child, and C can, that child reference can access both parents method as well as its own method. But if you are using parent class reference like this, I have used parent class reference. Okay, here I used P is a parent class reference. Okay, by using this P you can access only parent class method. Okay, this is right, but this is wrong. P dot M2. Okay, P dot M2, it is not right, because child class methods are not available to parent class reference. Okay, we will get a compile time error saying method means we'll get a error saying a symbolic compile time error like symbol not found, M2 is not found. Okay guys, the third point is, parent reference can be used to hold child object, but child methods are not available to same parent reference. Okay, parent reference, here parent P is used. This P is a parent reference which is used to hold child class object. Okay, I created a child class object and I used parent class reference to refer that object. Okay, but child methods are not available to parent reference, means M1 is allowed because it's a parent class method, its own method, so it is allowed, but P dot M2 is not allowed. Why? Because parent class reference cannot access to a child class method. Okay, if we try to, we'll get an error saying compile time error, cannot find symbol. Okay, keep this mind. Parent class reference cannot be used to access a child class methods. Okay, even if you can use its reference to hold the child class object, but you cannot access methods. Okay, there is this fourth point, parent reference can be used to hold child object, but child reference cannot be used to hold parent object. The vice versa is not applicable here. Parent reference P, okay, this parent reference P is used to hold the child object. This is valid syntax, is a valid statement. But the second one, child C equal to new parent, here we are trying to use this child reference to hold the parent reference, but we will get a compile time error saying incompatible types. Found parent means found this parent, but required is child. So child class reference can hold only child class object, not parent class object. Okay, so P dot M1 is allowed, but P dot M2, which is M2 is a child class method, that cannot be used. Okay, okay guys, these are the 4 points that you should keep in mind. So these points will help you guys in the interview room, even if interviewer ask you and confuse you by bombarding this type of question, whether child class is child class object, child class reference is allowed to access the parent class methods or not, if parent class reference is used to access a child class or not, um, why not, this kind of question the interviewer may going to ask you. But you need to be understand these 4 points thoroughly, and everything's will be sorted out. Okay, now the question is application of inheritance. Okay, when should we go for an inheritance, means what are the scenarios, in which cases we should go for application of inheritance. Okay, the simple thing here, if suppose if you are a requirement, if your project requirement is designing a loan model. Okay, so after lots of analysis you will come across, suppose you come across these findings that you need to write a vehicle loan class, you need to write a class home loan, you need to write a personal loan. Okay, there are you find out that there are three types of loans: vehicle loan, home loan, personal loan. And you wanted to write three different classes, and related their 300 methods each in each class. So suppose this vehicle loan, home loan and class loan, each one is having 300 methods, so total you need to write 900 methods. Suppose each one is taking 30 hours to write this 300 method. Okay, then you need 90 hours to write a 3 classes. Okay, you wrote the 3 classes with 300 methods each class, and at the end of after finishing this task, you after analysis you found out that but these 3 classes have a common 250 methods. Okay, number of common methods in all 3 above classes, find out that all these have a 250 common methods. So you might be thinking that why we need to write 250 methods if those are common, then why are you what is the need to write those methods again and again? It will be a wastage of time, it will be wastage of energy. Okay, so you come up with an solution that instead of writing those 250 methods, common methods, writing again and again, what I will do is, you come across this solution that what I will do is I will new design of loan module with inheritance concept. Okay, you come up with this idea that instead of writing these 250 common methods which required for all these 3 classes, what you will do is instead of writing 250 methods again, which will be the wastage of memory, which will be the wastage of your time, so what you did is you write one class loan and you write those common 250 methods in this class loan, and you write vehicle loan, home loan and personal loan classes with specific methods. Okay, respective specific methods you wrote there in their respective classes. And but you want to access these methods also, so in this case you will go for a inheritance. So just write class vehicle loan extends loan. Okay, use this keyword extends loan. Okay, use this keyword extends and the class name to which you want to access. Okay, so that these 250 methods will be automatically available to class vehicle. So this 250 method will be automatically available to home loan and again automatically available to personal loan, because these 3 classes are extending this method, and these common methods, 250 methods will be available to all these 3 classes. Okay, so that this is the main advantage of inheritance, that code reusability, that these 250 methods of the thousands of lines of code can be reusable in child classes. Okay, so now your energy will be saved, your time will be saved because of this. inheritance concept. Okay, most common methods which are applicable for any type of child classes you should define in a parent class, and write the child specific methods in a child class. Okay, this is the way to utilize inheritance concept in your programs. Okay, and now we'll see Java API is implemented based on an inheritance concept only. Okay, um, the example is the Java API classes are object, string class, string buffer class, throwable, exception, error. There are so many classes are there, but at the top of this Java API hierarchy, object is present. Object class is present. Object is considered as a root class of a Java API class hierarchy. It is also implemented based on an inheritance concept. How? So object has a most commonly used methods by all these direct or indirect child classes. Okay, those 11 methods, the examples of 11 methods are like toString, hash code, get class method. Yeah, there are so many methods which are commonly used by all its child classes. So instead of writing in each and every child class, all the commonly used methods are defined inside a object class, which is a super class of this hierarchy, which is the parent class of all the child classes. Yeah, so you can give this example to an interviewer also, that Java API is implemented based on your inheritance concept, where object class has a most commonly used 11 methods. Those will be automatically available to child classes. Yeah guys, okay, I hope you guys all understood this inheritance topic. In next session we will cover this we covered today is a relationship, which is a inheritance only. In coming session we will see that what is multiple inheritance, is Java supposed to a multiple inheritance or not, if not, then what is the reason behind that, and examples of multiple inheritance means, and why it is not supported in a Java. Again, we will see has a relationship, what is has a relationship, what is composition, what is aggregation, difference between is a relationship and has a relationship. Actually all these questions are very important interview point of view, guys. So guys, go through these all topics thoroughly, so you'll be able to perform in a good way in the interview room. Okay guys, and guys, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please guys to like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon present on my channel, so that you can get updated whenever I upload new videos. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned with my channel. Okay, bye bye guys, see you in the next session. Bye bye.